Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OGs of BD, where we talk about all things related to business development. I'm John Dinkel, and this is my friend and colleague Jim Reese with Offutt Kerman. Jim, what should we talk about today?
John, thanks. Let's talk about how you use LinkedIn as part of your marketing and branding strategy.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Luckily, I have my son Gavin doing most of that for us, but I would say, one of the things that we try to focus on, or that he does for our business and also the clients we work with, we think of like four things. One is thought leadership, stuff that we're putting out there to kind of brand us as, thought leaders in business development, in connections and building relationships. We look at advice. Are there articles we can pull from other sources that we think our readers or connections to be interested in? We promote our own services, and then lastly, kind of the human side of stuff, which, as you know, man, that just gets so much more clicks than everything else, it seems, right? Which is, us being out at events or going to a charity event or things like that. Those get the most hits. But I think it's a combination of all of those things. The big question Gavin and I ask, though, is every year when we do our planning is, and we make sure we do this every year because sometimes it might change, is what do we want to be known as? So like if you can answer that question and you can then start to build content around that, I think you're well on your way. But that's what we like to use. And we like to mix things up using polls and videos and things like that. I think that's really important. But I think you had mentioned in an earlier podcast about liking and sharing and all the hugely important too. You can't just be putting out stuff. You got to be an active member out there, right? So yeah, that's what I would say. There's some of the things that we use.
Thanks for listening in. This has been the OGs of BD with John Dinkel and Jim Reese. See you next Tuesday around 9 a.m. for our next podcast.